Hi everyone, FB here for day 2 of the playoffs of Stadium Giant Cup 1. Yesterday all the winner bracket matches were played, and in the grand final Kronos and Spam awaits 2 more opponents which will be decided today. We will go through the whole loser bracket to decide those 2 players that will go up against Flyer and Bergie in the consolidation final for a spot in the grand final. And the first match I will cast today will be GoobeR versus Beef versus Scary versus Devil. However, Devil will not play because he hasn't shown up. So unfortunately we will only have 3 players in this first match. But the top 2 will qualify in the match to the next loser bracket round. And the format is that we are playing on 3 maps and 6 rounds on each of them. And then you get points for each round based on your position. First place will get 10 points, second will get 6, third will get 4, and fourth will get 3 points. And then whoever got the most amount of points after all the rounds have been played will win the match. So it's a pretty classic format for Trackmania, I would say. Alright, so that's the end of the warm-ups. Good luck and fun to Beef, Scary and GoobeR. We'll play the first match. Now, alright, first round. Following Beef drives for Eyes on You, GoobeR drives for Insects, and Scary drives for V+, formerly known as Druids. And Beef is off to a good start, but that cannot be said for GoobeR though. He drops down to third, he's 4200s behind Beef right now. This platform part of the map can be tricky since you have to have your wheels outside of the road, and that can sometimes make your car slow down in speed heavily. GoobeR continues to be at third place, 3800s behind. Scary is at second, but he's also far behind Beef, not anymore though. Oh, and then he clips the wall just as he was going to pass Beef, who made a mistake there. So Beef stays at first place, Scary stays at second, and GoobeR still at third. Sometimes you can get a no drift in this turn here, but that did not happen to Beef, and he will take home the first round, gets 10 points on the scoreboard. 51.75 is his time, Scary 52.96, and GoobeR got 6 seconds left to finish this round, but will do so and get 4 points at least. And I forgot to mention the map that we are playing on for the first map, which is Feral Head, made by Surd, and the world record here is 50.33, I think, by Scrappy. We actually had an update of this map because a cut was found on it, so that's why the Dedemania is not updated right now. But I think the world record is somewhere around 50.33, and it is Scrappy who got the world record. Anyways, we are live into the second round, and we once again see Beef with a good start, and GoobeR is able to pass Scary over the platform. But then he goes a bit too wide and hits the wall, so he's back to third. And Beef is looking to win his second round in a row and go up to 20 points. 4300s ahead of Scary. These last couple of turns can be tricky though. Oh, but instead it's Scary who gets a small bump and then a no drift. So Beef can take it easy now, save the turns a bit, and has no problems taking another first place. 50.90 is a decent time as well. Scary takes second, GoobeR takes third. The same rankings, and we do see Royal here on the scoreboard as well with 68 points, but that's because he was just driving on the server earlier, and that's why his points are still there. Just ignore those. Beef is in the lead with 20 points, Scary at second with 12, and GoobeR at third with 8. And yeah, Beef seems to know this map pretty well. Already in the start he's up to having a lead over both Scary and GoobeR. No mistakes now over the platform. GoobeR once again at third place. See here if Scary can perhaps put up a fight. Goes a bit too wide and hits the wall. Oh, I think Beef got a landing bug, so Scary is still only 6600s behind. But this is Beef's round to lose. Avoids the no drift in the end, and then the last turn is not really that difficult, so Beef takes another 10 pointer, 52.26. Scary takes another 6 points and GoobeR another 4. So the score now is Beef with 30, Scary with 18 and GoobeR with 12. Yeah, not the best match so far. I think maybe only Beef is really practiced in these maps. Could be wrong though. But Scary at least is a well-known player, so... Oh, GoobeR here with a very early mistake. So he's gonna be dead last. Okay, better start now for Scary. Actually goes up to first place. Oh, and then Beef has his wheels outside of the road there and gets a slowdown from it. And then hits the wall hard as well. So GoobeR might be able to pass him. Yes, GoobeR will actually overtake Beef and go up to second place. So with this, Scary can catch up a bit to Beef. Should be able to win this round. Without much problems. Oh, some lag there. 51.28. So he goes up to 28 points, and GoobeR is able to stay in front of Beef. So Beef only gets 4 points in that round. Still in the lead though with 34, Scary 28, and GoobeR with 18. Starting off the 5th round. Oh! Beef hits the ceiling in the start. And also GoobeR has fallen down, so wow. Already Scary will... well, he most likely will win this round. If he's aware of his opponents, that they have crashed. And most players usually know that. You can just take a look at the checkpoint. Some players do play without any sort of HUD though. And not with any cars on either, so... they can be completely blind sometimes, but more often than not, I think players actually keep track of where their opponents are. And we do see a small no drift there for Scary, but nothing too serious. He's still 4 seconds ahead of GoobeR, and he takes it very easy in the end, 53.61. And GoobeR once again just ahead of Beef, half a second. Alright, so with that, Scary is actually tied with Beef, 38 points, and then GoobeR at 24. And now the final round of the first map. Right now it looks like Beef and Scary will be the two. Who's gonna qualify to the next round? Oh, okay, Beef drops down a bit in the start. He's not driving as well as he did in the start. And he gets a small slowdown there over the platform as well. He's at 3rd place. Scary ahead of GoobeR. 30 hundredths between the 3 players. GoobeR hits the wall hard. We'll have to back it up. We'll lose a lot with that. And Beef has also made a mistake. Gives a chance here for GoobeR to come back. No, he's still too far away. So Scary will get another easy point. And with that, go up in the lead, 51.41. He takes 2nd this time, and GoobeR will take 3rd. So, the result after 1 map played is that Scary is in the lead with 48, Beef at 2nd with 44, and GoobeR at 3rd with 28. So there are two more maps that will be played, 12 rounds in total. And the next map will be Goodbye, made by ML. And the world record here is by Kronos, one of the players who are in the winner bracket final, in the grand final I mean, together with Spam. His time is 45.86. And see here if anyone of the other players got any times. We are doing some warm-ups right now, so it's going to be 2 warm-ups before we continue the match. So let's see here. Beef is at top 15 with 46.06. Then GoobeR at top 20 with 46.13. And it looks like Scary is absent from the Diddy Rex. So he doesn't have a time here. Which indicates that he hasn't really practiced that much for these playoffs. Looking pretty good here in the warm-up though, so maybe he at least knows where the finish line is. Alright, so that's the end of the first warm-up. We will have one more. for continuing the match. And after this match is over, I will just see what other match will be played, and then just jump into that match. So we'll see. I might do another match in this first playoffs round if there is one. I think a lot of the matches might have just 2 players, or maybe even less, showing up, so they might just move on to the next round. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that will develop. Alright, Scary drives into the finish. That's the end of the second warm-up round. We will continue the match. So right now, on the scoreboard, Scary is in the lead with 48 points, Beef at 44 and GoobeR at 28. Beef had a really good start to that first map, but then started making lots of mistakes, and that allowed Scary to pass him. Alright, so here's the first round. No early mistakes. GoobeR though will fall down to 3rd place. That's a good turn though from GoobeR, allows him to pass Scary. Oh, and Beef straight into the wall. So he's now dead last. GoobeR instead goes up to 1st. He needs of course to get some points here so he can catch up to the other players. So it's very important here for GoobeR to win this round. Again, only top 2 will qualify to the next round, and right now he is ahead of Scary with 1400s. It's looking promising for GoobeR. Can also get a no-dirt in that uphill turn, but no such thing for GoobeR, who wins this round, 46.44. Scary with 0.78, and there's Beef. That early mistake, 52.84. So with that, GoobeR catches up to 38 points, only 10 points behind Beef now. Scary at 54. Then GoobeR falls down already in the first turn, 1200s behind. But if Beef, especially Beef, I guess, continues to make mistakes, then GoobeR could maybe catch up to him. Though he's at 3rd, but builds up some speed here, catches up to Scary, and will pass him as well in the next turn. Good stuff, and then he gets a small bump from the border, which makes him hit the side of the platform in the next turn, so falls down to 3rd. And Beef is looking good now at the top. He's 3600s ahead of Scary. Oh, and then he gets a bump into the wall, and Scary will pass him, and also GoobeR. Beef with his 2nd mistake in a row. Very unfortunate. He did not have to drive over the border there in the end. He had a solid lead. Could just save it, but instead he took the risk. And now GoobeR is even closer to him, 8 points behind. Scary, of course, extending his lead. So the same situation now with GoobeR behind in the start, Beef taking an early lead, and Scary in the middle. Only 100s behind. See if he can catch up anything. Better turn now here, but he's still pretty far behind. So he needs to rely on some mistakes with either Beef or Scary, otherwise he will only get 4 points. Oh, he actually catches up to Scary with a lot of speed. And also in this turn he gets a lot of speed into the finish line, so GoobeR will take 2nd place at least. But he does not catch up to Beef, who wins that round. And that means he's now 12 points behind Beef. Scary now up to 68 points. But it's still a chance for GoobeR at least, but he needs to keep it up and then perform well on the 3rd and final map as well if he wants to have a chance. And, Alright, he will actually pass Scary, goes up to second place, Beef in the lead, 2600s ahead. But GoobeR is getting a bit closer, I think. He can build up a lot of speed here over the long stretch. Stays about the same, 2300s behind. Beef is on his way to win this round. Yeah, he drives over that border very riskily, but it pays off this time. 46.20 is a solid time by Beef. GoobeR 0.56 and Scary 48.25. Scary and Beef now once again tied, 72 points each, and GoobeR at 56. 2 more rounds left to play on this second map. Oh, and here's GoobeR again in the start, now a bit further behind, 2200s. In the meantime, Beef is ahead of the world record, 2000ths of a second. And the next though is 1100s behind. But a good start for Beef. Scary's only 700s behind. Ooh, that was a good turn by Beef. Add some time for his lead. GoobeR will pass Scary. That's important if he can beat Scary at least. Oh! Was able to get back on track. Still at second, but that's a good turn by Scary. I think GoobeR has more speed though. Yes, he has, and will stay in front. Beef takes first though. Gets 10 points. GoobeR gets 6, and Scary gets 4. One more round left to go. Beef at 82 points now. Has passed Scary, who's at 76. And GoobeR at 62. GoobeR can perhaps win this final round. That would be good for his confidence in going into the last map. And he does have a better start here. He's already ahead of Scary and might be able to pass. No, not Beef. Beef with more speed. So for a very close round, not the best turn from GoobeR. Drops down heavily in speed, and now over 1 second behind. That's exactly what I did not want to happen. Oh, Scary hits the wall, but it should be still ahead of GoobeR. And Beef looking good at the top. Gonna win another round. 46.30. Scary 0.97 and GoobeR 48.31. Alright, so GoobeR not really getting any closer to Beef or Scary. After two maps played, Beef in the lead with 92, Scary at second with 82, and GoobeR at third with 66. Still a chance for GoobeR to make it, but he needs to perform well on this third and final map, which will be Ego Trip by John. And the world record is also by Kronos, 52.51. And Beef got top 12 here, 52.83. GoobeR got top 30, 53.54. And oh, Scary is also in the Deddy here, 53.24. So all 3 players got times in the Deddy, the top 30 times. And yeah, as usual, we will begin with 2 warm-ups. So Beef is pretty much safe to qualify to the next round. I don't see him losing this first place. Well, he might lose his first place, but don't see him losing top 2 at least. So GoobeR has a small chance to catch up to Scary. But it's gonna be tough though. Alright, one more and then we will continue the match. And we do see here at this part of the map, you can go either way. You can go over the quarter pipe to the right, or you can drop down to the left. And it seems to be about equally fast, because a lot of players go to the left and a lot of players go to the right. So it's kind of interesting part of the map. basically just up to the players what they prefer to do. Alright, that's the end of the second warm-up. Let's continue the match. Lead with 92, Scary at second with 82, and GoobeR at third with 66. 6 more rounds remains. GoobeR can still make it, but needs to pass one of the 2 players, Beef or Scary, to make it to the next round. Top 2 will qualify. Let's follow GoobeR in the first round. He's already behind Beef and Scary. That's a good turn though. Builds up a lot of speed and actually goes up to first place even. Great stuff from GoobeR. Oh, Scary has made a mistake at the meantime. Oh, that's a good turn from Beef though. Takes over first place again and then hits the wall. Okay, alright, this is looking good for GoobeR right now. He's far ahead of both Beef and Scary. 60 hundreds. If you can just avoid the turns, the crashes, then he could perhaps take first, but instead he makes a mistake and Scary will pass him, and also Beef. That is very unfortunate for GoobeR. He had the chance to get 10 points and looks like he will only get 4 points now. Yep, Scary will take first, Beef will take second, and GoobeR will take third. That is quite an unfortunate mistake from GoobeR. That was his chance to catch up. Can still catch up, but it's gonna be tough now. 5 more rounds left to go, and he is 22 points behind. And it makes a mistake in the start as well. Yeah, this is not looking good for GoobeR. 4600s behind Scary in the lead. 5600s now. Scary and Beef could make some mistakes, but really GoobeR needs to take first place though. He needs to get 10 points. Otherwise, Scary and Beef will be the 2 players qualified to the next round. We also see here in the end where you can go either left or right of the poles. Some players go left and right, some players go right and left, and or right and right, and left and left. You can see many different combinations in the end. I think the fastest way is to go right and left, but it also is the hardest because you need a lot of precision. Anyways, so Beef now up to 104 points with that, Scary at 102, and GoobeR at 74. If GoobeR can win all remaining rounds here, maybe got a chance, but he instead hits the checkpoint and is dead last. So yeah, this is pretty much over now. I think Beef falls out of the track and it's not respawning, even though it is allowed. So maybe he lost some time with that. Not sure. Could have been faster. And GoobeR with another crash. Beef can just pass him. Troubles. And Scary in the lead right now, 7 seconds ahead of Beef. It's gonna take 10 points, and with that is passing Beef to take over first place, but it doesn't matter though if you get first or second, because the players will follow each other into the next round. So it's not gonna be a seeding type of system. So Scary gets 10 points, Beef gets 6, and GoobeR gets 4 points. Scary now in the lead with 112, 2 points ahead of Beef, and then GoobeR at 78. 3 more rounds left to go. Oh, some lag from Scary. Teleporting a bit. Oh, and this time Scary does a GoobeR, hitting the checkpoint in the exact same way. GoobeR is actually in the lead now, but it's a little too late, I think. I don't think he can make it now, even if he takes first all the rounds, and maybe Scary and Beef even retires a couple of rounds. But then he hit that wall with the grass, so now he's at second. Beef goes up to first, 1.5 seconds ahead of GoobeR, 4 seconds ahead of Scary. will take first with a time of 54.72. GoobeR gets 6, Scary will get 4. So with that, Beef back at first place, 120 points, 4 points ahead of Scary, and then GoobeR at 84. Alright, 2 more rounds left to go. Here if the players can pass this difficult turn. No! You see Beef now crashing, but at least it didn't come to a stop. But yeah, that turn is pretty hard. Oh, what is that? GoobeR will have to respawn. It's a pretty tight turn at that checkpoint. Alright, so looks like Scary will win this round. Go up to 226. If Beef gets second, he will also be at 226, so they will be tied going into the final round. So I guess they will have a small battle for first place, but again, doesn't matter. So Scary will take first in this round, 53.49. I think that might be the best time so far. I haven't really kept track. And Beef at second, GoobeR at third. Alright, one more round left to go. Who's gonna win it? Beef or Scary? Both at 126 points, GoobeR at 88. Following Scary, who does not get a good start. But we'll pass GoobeR at least, who clips the wall. Alright, so will Beef be able to stay in front of Scary? Scary drops down to the left and then hits the checkpoint. We'll have to back it up, and that means that Beef is most likely going to win this match. Final score 136 points. And winning a match, even though it doesn't matter, it can still be good for your confidence. So here comes Beef. Last stretch leading into the finish line. Slows it down. Wanna finish off in style, I guess. 56.40 is his time. Next is Scary. 1 minute 3 seconds 500, and GoobeR has retired. Alright, so that is the match. Beef and Scary advance to the next round. GoobeR is eliminated.